The Houston Astros are cheating again. That's right, the Houston Astros are back in the World Series and they are once again cheating, just like they did in 2017 when they won the World Series. Will this team ever freaking learn? And make sure you stick around to the end of this video as we prove that they are once again cheating and my thoughts on this, which might actually surprise you. Now, we all saw this from the World Series Game 1 where Aledmys Diaz leans into the pitch. You can see as the pitch is coming in, Aledmys Diaz very clearly puts his arm out there to get hit by the pitch. Now, this is something that you see in baseball quite often. Players leaning in to get hit by a pitch, players kind of not getting out of the way, but this time it was actually called by the umpire. After the pitch is thrown, the umpire says, "No, stay here, you effing leaned into it." Yeah, alright, well done umpire, you got that one right, but just leave it to the Astros of all teams to be trying to pull this on everybody. You can see this angle here from Zach Masters, just how far Aledmys Diaz had to lean out over the plate to get hit by this pitch. This ball very well could have been a strike if that wouldn't have happened. And you can actually see here on this overlay by Codify that Aledmys Diaz did try to do it the first pitch, however that was a curveball coming in, so he kind of started to break out over the plate and then leaned into it. Then the next one, way further inside, very clear that Aledmys Diaz was trying to get hit by that pitch. Now, if you're an Astros fan watching this video, promise me you will watch till the end and hear what I have to say before you comment, because it'll be very important. As for players leaning into pitches, this is not uncommon, and it just so happens that Aledmys Diaz's leaning into that pitch is just a little too obvious for everybody, and in the final inning of that game, it just was a little too perfect. Honestly, this one, you can't even call it cheating, it's just kind of natural instinct for Aledmys Diaz, but alas, it's the Astros, so you know, everything is cheating to everyone else. A little more on cheating, as you can see here, this is Martin Maldonado, and rumor has it, apparently Martin Maldonado had to switch his bat. He was using an Albert Pujols bat in Game 1 of the World Series. Now, it's not like Martin Maldonado went 5 for 5 with 5 home runs or anything, and the fact of the matter is the bat actually was illegal for totally different reasons, but he had to get rid of the bat he was using because it was made illegal by Major League Baseball 12 years ago. Maldonado had called up Albert Pujols and said, "Hey man, can I use a bat?" And Albert Pujols said, "Sure man," and Maldonado was using a bat for Pujols. Obviously Pujols retired this year, but as it turns out, the bat that Pujols was using was illegal, and the only reason Pujols was allowed to keep using it is because he had used it his whole career and it was grandfathered in.
I didn't use it today, so. Did you say you got it yesterday and used it yesterday, or had you been using it for a while? No, I got it yesterday. I got it used. Like I say before, I use the same model, but it's a little modified just because my service time. It is a rule, I gotta follow the rule, that's why they use it today.
Now you may be thinking to yourself, oh, the bat's corked, or there's something about the bat that makes it just the ball go further, but no, it's actually a safety reason because it was a two-part bat, it's easier to break off and basically hurt somebody. So again, Maldonado using an illegal bat, it's just so convenient watching the Astros have all these things pile up against them, and of course everybody's looking for it. Again though, this bat was not illegal because of the competitive edge that it would have given Maldonado, but rather for safety reasons, so I mean no harm no foul in terms of the accuracy in which the game ended. And the Phillies won anyway, 26 runs and winning the game, so haha Houston. And then there is this video of Mr. Quality Start himself, Framber Valdez, very clearly getting something off his inside hand to get a better grip on the baseball. Look, you can very easily tell that this dude has some sort of foreign substance on his hand there. And Framber Valdez has been so good all year, and he was probably doing this all year, but now it's on the biggest stage and everyone's seeing it. And if I'm being honest, I bet you a lot more pitchers were doing it than just him. If you need a little more evidence, that same hand that he was using to grab from is also being wiped off here before he goes to see the umpire. Now, mind you, the only player to ever have gotten in trouble for this, ever since MLB started to do anything about it, was a Mariners pitcher. If you remember, Seattle Mariners pitcher Hector Santiago was tested for foreign substance and was actually found guilty, his glove confiscated, and he was suspended for 10 games. Ever since MLB made this a rule, this is the only suspension that has come of it. This is the only player that has been caught using foreign substances. And while the rule has definitely gotten a lot more lax, as you can see spin rates throughout baseball going back up, it's just interesting to think that we can very clearly see that Framber Valdez is using some sort of foreign substance here and he's wiping it off before he gets to the umpire, and he is not going to get in trouble for it because it's, you know, the Astros. Once a cheater, always a cheater for the Houston Astros, but with that being said, I don't think that any of these three things are really that big of a deal. Players lean out into inside pitches all the time. You see players using foreign substances all the time, and I think the Maldonado thing was honestly just a true honest mistake. Why would Maldonado know that 12 years ago that bat was banned, and you would think maybe Albert Pujols would have said something? That's a failure on MLB's part. And I think honestly all of this could be a failure on MLB's part, including the foreign substance and not cracking down on it. So Astros fans, it is all in good fun that we're poking fun at you today. It's really not that big of a deal. Are the Astros cheating again? No. They're not cheating in any way, shape, or form compared to how they did in 2017. It's just a fun little video to make and, you know, kind of poke fun at a team that knocked our Mariners out of the playoffs. And speaking of that series with the Mariners, yeah, I think the Mariners could have won that series against the Astros, and maybe they'd be in this spot. Now, I have that video on the screen now. I appreciate you guys watching this one, and go Mariners.